Nothing says unprofessionalism like poor audio. Fix that by picking up the Rode VideoMic Pro for your smartphone or your DSLR today. Affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Mad channel, and for some fucking reason, for some reason, over the course of the past year, there have been very odd, very crazy claims about child sex slave dungeons appearing in the weirdest locations. We had the whole Pizzagate incident, which is just flabbergasting to say the fucking least, mostly due to the fact that everyone pushing the nonsense was really hoping that there was a child sex slave dungeon underneath the Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria in Washington, D.C. in order to validate their claims. So when that failed, somehow we moved on to this, where there were claims that there was a child slave colony on Mars, and NASA had to officially deny it. This is the world we live in, where NASA has to come out and be like, oh, God damn it. Sit down, everybody. They're flicking the light off and on, off and on, off and on. You know, all right, calm down, calm down. Here's your juice boxes. We need to tell you something's not true. No, it's not Santa Claus. Clearly, we can't prove that. But there's no child slave colony on the planet of Mars. Barsoom doesn't exist. Those were just books written over 100 years ago. But let's jump into this here. Conspiracy theorists pay close attention after a guest on InfoWars claimed that NASA is not only operating colonies on Mars, but populating those colonies with kidnapped child slaves. The space agency responded that no such colonies exist. Now, just that first sentence is not even two sentences. That's one sentence. Imagine how much crazy is packed into that one, you could arguably say a run-on sentence. That someone appeared on InfoWars, said some shit, and then NASA's like, God, I have a fucking migraine. Alex Jones, stop, you're killing me here. Anyway, they say here, there are no humans on Mars. There are active rovers on Mars. There was a rumor going around last week that there weren't. There are. This coming from NASA spokesperson Guy Webster, who told the Daily Beast, but there are no humans. Makes me wonder if the person who was on Alex Jones' show on InfoWars talking about this had just watched The Martian and was like, that's real. The guest, Robert David Steele, made his claim during Thursday's show. Webster's statement was also published in the Daily Beast on Thursday, saying here, we actually believe that there is a colony on Mars that is populated by children who were kidnapped and sent into space on a 20-year ride, so that once they got to Mars, they have no alternative but to be slaves on the Mars colony. Now, if I recall correctly, and I'm not an astronomer, all right, I don't know much about like space exploration, but kidnapping children on Earth, sending them up in the sky on a 20-year journey to Mars. So if they're children, you could argue that they're 4 or 5, maybe upwards of 10, on a 20-year journey to Mars. It doesn't take 20 years to get to Mars. Doesn't it take it's like 2 to 4 years, right? Somewhere in that window. I don't have the specifics in front of me, but it's a couple years to get to Mars. Not 20 years. So unless they planned on circling the planet a couple of times or just really taking an outward approach, the likelihood of that being legitimate is pretty goddamn small. But it's InfoWars, so idiots are going to eat it up anyway. Now, they have no choice once they get to Mars but to be slaves on a colony. Okay. Steele is listed on Wikipedia as a former CIA clandestine services case officer. Jones shared his own theories on NASA during the program, claiming on air that 90% of NASA missions are secret, and I've been told by high-level NASA engineers that you have no idea. So again, to Jones, the moon landing was faked, probably directed by Kubrick, right? That's a theory going on for quite some time. Now, Jones also has been the subject of controversy throughout his career for promoting other conspiracy theories, including false rumors about a child sex slavery in the basement of a Washington, D.C. pizzeria, and a child sexual assault case at a factory in Chobani, a Greek yogurt company. which is also based out of Idaho, and this article is coming from the Idaho Statesman. So this is, by the way, just to further completely discredit Alex Jones as anything other than a provocateur and an entertainer and a persona. He had to apologize for both of those claims in the last couple months. He's had to apologize for both of those claims. He was threatened to be sued by James Alefantis for making claims that Comet Ping Pong Pizzeria had a child sex slave dungeon underneath, or that James Alefantis was involved. This, of course, prompted Edgar M. Welch to go to the pizzeria and open fire inside, trying to save the kids. I mean, don't get me wrong, his heart was in the right place, but it was stupid, and now he's serving 4 years. And then, of course, Alex was also threatened to be sued, or was sued, by the owner of Chobani Greek Yogurt out of Idaho because he hired refugees and immigrants, and Jones was like, they're out there raping the children. You know, his usual shtick. Alex Jones is not long for this world in terms of being a public entertainer. You can tell this is fucking happening. But it says here, though, that Jones seemed to agree with Steele that NASA has engaged in nefarious plots and began speaking about aliens. This is when you know Jones is at his best, when he starts talking about the lizard people. Clearly, they don't want us looking into what's happening. Every time probes go over, they turn them off. Jones goes on to say, I don't know about Mars bases, but I know they've created massive thousands of different types of chimeras that are alien life forms on this Earth now. That's the world we live in, where Alex Jones and his program, of which under the First Amendment has the right to say whatever the fuck it is he wants to say, but it actually prompted NASA to give a response, which NASA said that no, it wasn't that reason why they gave a response, but you can tell, because they don't want to come out and say that Alex Jones has that power to force them to respond. But they might have also looked at what he had to say and just been like, no, we've seen some retarded shit in our day, but we might as well at least address this one. You know, we don't want... Okay, InfoWars has White House press credentials, by the way. They have White House press credentials. So they have an ear to the president. You know what I mean? And they probably thought, because of how crazy Donald Trump gets when he watches Fox News, or when he even watches InfoWars and he gets his information from extreme right-wing pundits, that they might be thinking to themselves, okay, we don't want to lose any budget. We don't want to lose any of our funding. We don't want Trump to come down here like Edgar Welch to Comet Ping Pong, kick down the door and start trying to shoot up the place looking for our NASA sex slave dungeon, where we kidnapped children and put them on a 20-year fucking magic carpet ride around the sun to goddamn Mars. This was preemptive. Because with our current president, it has to be. Oh God, I want off this ride at this point. This is just too crazy. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.